Let's do
Three,
it.
2, 1, go. Late.
Okay, there we go.
Wow.
That's how I want to kick things off. I wanted to put some energy into the show right out of the gate.
Wrong kind of energy there, bub.
Did it work?
I'm just gonna read the comments live. You ready? Okay. Late, mate. Late. I'm pregnant. Late. Oh, geez, what does that sound?
There we go. Okay, the stream literally just started. It just caught up.
Okay, I gotta fix my mic. It's like the moment I started the stream, I started hearing that buzzing. So I'm gonna turn off the phantom power this time before.
Rip headphone users, prepare for rip.
Why is everyone ripping?
Because every single time you mess with your microphone, it makes loud, obnoxious, clipping, popping noises.
No, I haven't touched my mic yet, though. So why is everyone already...
Oh, no, I was saying that.
No, everyone in chat's like, oh my god, my ears.
It just caught up.
Oh, I'm looking at my meters. I'm nowhere near peaking or anything.
I think they're just anticipating shit.
Oh. Okay.
Like, they're so used to this, Jay, at this point, they're just going through the paces. And tonight, I'm drinking liquid crack cocaine. I'm just kidding. It's Henry Weinhardt's vanilla cream. It's freaking delicious.
Okay, that should be better. Guys, I turned off the fan.
Uh-oh. I can't hear you now.
Wait. Okay, phantom power like dipped for a second there. Okay, guys, I turned off phantom power before we did that. Okay. There.
We're good.
Everyone's rest in peacing you because when you started off with that scream, apparently that was really loud.
Oh, no, it was, and I don't apologize in any way, shape, or form for that.
All right, guys, I'm gonna run the intro real quick, and the intro song is going.
Intro, roly poly, intro, eat 'em up, yeah.
Why the fuck do we even have intros? Everyone knows who we are.
They know who we are. I don't even know why I put intros in my videos anymore, to be honest. I think it's just because I like seeing myself eating a piece of pizza with a drone flying in front of me while I'm sitting on the shitter.
I must have missed that video because I've seen it in your intro, but I've never actually seen that.
Oh, you never saw it? Yeah, no, that was from the Phantom 2 Vision Plus review that I did, the DJI Phantom 2 video. If you guys want to go see that, that's the one where we literally just got the boneheaded idea at the end that we're just going to go and fly a quadcopter in the smallest bathroom you've ever seen in your life. Like slice pizza.
Did you have a cameraman in there with you, or was it just you?
No, there was literally a cameraman and a person flying. So I had one guy manning a camera and one guy with a controller very nervously flying that aircraft dangerously close to me.
But I'm curious if you literally dropped your pants like full on Monty for the sake of that video.
No, I didn't. I actually, no, I had boxer briefs on and I literally pulled them up between my butt cheeks and over my balls like a G-string.
So you made a boxer thong?
Yeah, and then basically just pulled my shirt down over the edge. So no, guys, I wasn't like sitting naked.
See, it looks like you were.
Hey, if there wasn't like a bunch of women like working literally right outside the door, because you got to realize this bathroom is right adjacent to their like customer service area, so like, I didn't want to be in there with my pants legitimately down. You know, I try to be civilized, guys. I'm a very civilized kind of guy. You know.
Yikes.
Oh shit! I gotta grab my sign here. Hold on. Here we go. We need to use this multiple times through the stream.
Here's your sign. You know how stupid I am? In your pictures, I thought that was actually like a Photoshop, not like a... I was like, how is he actually getting this sign to like float with shadows? That's really good.
You're like, damn, Jerry upped his Photoshop game. Shit.
Jerry quit YouTube, but he got really good at Photoshop.
No, I just decided that it was a lot easier to just 3D print shit than to actually get good at Photoshop.
That's a 3D printed sign?
It's 3D printed. Yeah, look at this.
I thought it was paper.
Oh, no, it's a plastic sign that's printed with two types of filament. I'm doing a video on this. That should be out hopefully tomorrow or the next day or the next day or next week or next month. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Why didn't you use blue filament?
I didn't have blue filament.
Are you going to redo it with blue, make it more legit?
I want to, but I can't find any blue filament locally. I've been asking.
Because that pink kind of looks like your HDMI cable took a shit.
It does a little bit.
I mean,
just use like saturation. I'll just use hue and saturation and post, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. So then everything else is jacked up.
Yeah, I can do that auto tracking in Adobe Premiere. Yeah. That goes like 1 frame every 5 seconds, and it takes me like 2 days to render my video to blur out someone's face. I literally had to do that. The Tech Syndicate party, some dude who was like gaming on a CRT, like
I saw that
on the internet. So I had to actually blur it out, and it took forever.
I watched your video on that.
You did?
Mm-hmm. I watched your video and I saw that you put a little annotation. He was like, he has to have his face blurred out.
Yeah, I literally had to do that. I was like, I've never had anybody ask that like it's such a public event. Really?
This goddamn microphone. Give me a second, okay?
All right.
You just keep talking there, sir.
So guys, it's nice being back. TechTalk. How y'all doing? Looks like we've got about YouTube's not going to tell me people in here. Here, let me go ahead and refresh that stream so I can see. Yep, YouTube's still not telling me how many people are in here. Holy shit, I should start getting a little afraid. Jay's catching up to me. 617,000 subs. That guy's closing the gap quick. I should probably up my game a little, huh? Uh-oh. Still there?
Hold on.
Okay. I'm holding with both hands.
Check. It's weird. Like phantom power will pop in, and then it will like go away, and then it will slowly come back. If that's what it takes to get you making videos, then shit, dude.
Yep. Cheers.
Whatever. You know Jerry's hit rock bottom when he's like fisting a beer like that.
Just go.
I have never seen Jerry drink a beer like that. I've seen him drink.
Just see I splashed it all over my face and up my nose. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, that was all head. You just headed all over your face.
I just headed this thing. You should make that the thumbnail for this.
I know, right?
I literally did. I just
Photoshop
I just,
something in your face there.
I just exploded in my mouth, Jay.
Okay, so it's time to buy a new mic. This mic has held up pretty good for about 2 years now, right? This is the monoprice large diaphragm condenser mic. It's basically it's like a generic MXL mic, I believe it is. I don't know, something like that.
Did you ever try opened up to see if there's like an infant child's finger in there or something, maybe messing with the electronics?
Or it could be, but I want to go actually get a good mic now. Like, I mean, this thing was sent for review. It's like $70. It's XLR. It worked good, but now I'm getting to the point to where if you guys hear any of that kind of an electrical buzz that almost sounds like interference, it's not coming from the mic cable. It's not coming from my mixer. I even have my mic cable ran in such a way it doesn't parallel any power cables. If I won't do it right now because it will kill everyone's ears. Like if I was to take my hand and just smack the mic, that sound will go away. It's something inside the mic that's causing it. And the reason why
that's one of your troubleshooting steps because you figured it out one day. You're like, why isn't it working? Bah, bah.
Pretty much. No, I'm serious. I was wearing the headphones, monitoring my mic, like I'm doing right now, and I was getting frustrated one day setting up for TechTalk, and I'm like, what the hell is that sound? So I got mad and actually hit the mic, and it went away. I'm like, okay.
Like, damn, that's legit troubleshooting right there.
I want to get a better mic cable too, and hopefully that means I'll be able to. So someone told me once, I guess, who's an audio engineer. I don't know much about mic setups and stuff, honestly. Like on a professional level, I couldn't tell you why it makes all that.
Oh
God! If you guys can hear that buzzing, it's doing.
Just smack it. Just smack the shit out of that thing.
No, if I do that right now, it will legitimately kill people. So anyway, all that staticky noise it makes when I touch the cable, someone told me is because of the phantom power. And I guess when you have cheap mic and cheap cable, when the connectors kind of slide on each other, it makes that terrible static sound. And that's
because I think phantom power isn't phantom power like 48 volts. I mean, it carries a pretty decent current.
Phantom power is adjustable to most setups. I believe it can be 12, 24, or 48.
Okay, I think on my Mac keyboard it's just the 48. But yeah, I could see a shitty cable causing you all kinds of problems because you got the signal wires running right alongside power wires. You should, you know what else you should try is don't you have the
look how many people were telling me to do it, like smack the mic.
Like smack it. They just want to see carnage, dude. It's just it's all about the drama.
Let's put it this way. I'm gonna give everyone a warning right now. If you are wearing headphones or you have your speakers like up or you're on TV, I'm gonna give you guys right now 10 seconds to turn it down.
Everybody turn shit up as loud as possible right now.
Yeah, if you do that, it's on you. And Jerry, you're wearing headphones, so you also fall in this category.
And I've got this shit cranked too. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna crank it more. You know what?
I'm gonna count down from 10, and when I hit 1, or technically 0, I will then touch the mic cable, and you guys will see what I'm talking about with cheap cable and cheap mic. Okay, 10.
I just cranked my headphones up.
Turn your shit down. 9. You've been warned. No rest in peace. 8, 7, 6. 4. Oh wait, 5.
Jay.
4.
Let's do it.
3,
Come on.
2, 1.
Oh,
it hurts me because remember I get to hear it too.
That was pretty loud. I gotta turn that down.
So yeah, there's an example of what happens with phantom-powered mics and shitty cables and shitty mics. So yeah.
Hey, if you ever tried using your Sennheiser shotgun mic is like just a regular
shotgun. I don't have a shotgun. I have the wireless one like you have, and then I also have the God, I can't remember which one it is, but I've got another one that's a vocal mic.
Yeah.
I've just been too lazy to get it and hook it back up. The problem is because it's like designed to be on a mic stand, like for a singer or something, on the kind of mic mount
like
that I have right.
Right?
Yeah, similar to that. Yeah.
I'm curious how this one sounds here. Hold on. See if we can blow out some more headphones.
No one gets the right to say rest in peace or complain about that noise because I gave warning, except for the people who probably came in during the countdown going, "What's happening?" And then suddenly they hit 0, and then there's that. We don't hear anything, Jerry.
How's it going? Oh, does that sound pretty good?
Sounds terrible.
Does it sound terrible?
It sounds like you're talking through a tin can.
And guess who made this mic?
Monoprice. Am I right?
You are.
With like $10.
You are. It's the $10. You know what's funny though is the $10 Monoprice mic weighs like 30 pounds. You could seriously put your car up on this like a jack. It is so well built.
Okay, listen. You sound like you're talking on AM radio right now.
Well, watch what happens when I move away. Like if I get close, you get a little bit of bass. But watch as I move away. This thing falls off so hard. Watch this. Hey, how's it going, guys? What's going on? Can you even hear me anymore?
Where'd you go?
The fall off on that is crazy. Like I mean, like, who's gonna use this? Like, you're gonna go to college and be like, "Hey, Jay, how you doing? Can you tell us about something today?"
Okay, you might as well just be a captain on an airplane with the way you just talked. Right? How many times you go on a flight and you're like,
"Oh, sir, this is your cabin speaking. We're flying 4 o'clock. We're going. We're not the weather is now balmy 6 to 7 degrees."
You know what's funny is I could hear myself through the headset, and it sounded like literally like half the frequencies were missing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I don't know who buys that microphone. Like I think that's it. Like the only place that microphone is really used is on the deck of a ship or something.
I see that one nerd you know saying dynamic mics. Yeah, if someone can recommend to me a good dynamic mic that has good pickup and good low pass filter and all that shit in there, then I would rather have one that doesn't run on Phantom.
This mic is the shit though. It's just it's wireless, but you know the Sennheiser interview kit?
I have the same mic, and I'll be honest, I think that mic sounds like shit. I honestly
serious?
Do.
I like the sound of it.
No, compared to the XLR Sennheiser mic I had before that only cost $100, that sounds like ass. The only thing that has going for it is it's wireless.
I actually thought it sounded pretty good. The lav mic sounds good though. Do you like the lav mic?
I also feel like my lav mic, both in that wireless kit and my G3, also sound like ass. I've been using it forever though. It's just to get a really good lav mic, like let's say like news anchor. Of course he walks away. I'm trying to talk to this asshole. Look at this asshole. Where's he going? Jeez. You guys now know what it's like to work with this guy, don't you? Anyway, so yeah, this fucking asshole. Okay, so Jerry here.
Fuck you, dude. I know exactly what you're doing.
All right.
Like the whole tone changed. I'm like across the room and I hear and I come back and I'm like, listen, you son of a bitch. No, so this is the mic I was talking about. It actually wasn't the Sennheiser. It's the Rode NG. Was it NG2?
Oh, yeah, no, I want to get one of those.
Fucking ace. Listen to this thing.
Jeez, here we go. See how he can just unhook Phantom though and he doesn't get any noise? I can't get that.
So how does this sound? Does that sound pretty good?
Like it's peaking like crazy because you're too close.
Well, I got to be a little bit. Yeah, but if I adjust the levels for it, this thing actually sounds really solid.
Yeah, it's way too adjusted for your AT2020 right now. But I know how good those can sound. Wait, do me a favor. Put the capsule on your stomach.
What, like down here?
Yeah.
Okay. Check.
Oh, all I hear is your air conditioner. I wanted to see if I could hear gurgling.
Hold on here. Hold on. Hold on. Let me sit on it.
Oh God, no! Please. Remember, I'm wearing headphones too.
No, but before I got the A2020, this is what I used in a lot of my videos, and I went back and listened to them, and I was like, the audio was really crisp and clear.
It's bugging me now that I can't remember which Sennheiser handheld I have. Not the wireless one, because remember we both got the same kit for that. The thing I hate most about the new Sennheiser wireless, I say new, it came out last year or whatever. Like the wireless set that you have.
Yeah.
Luke has it too, or Linus has it too. And I asked Luke when we were at the NVIDIA event because he was using that, and I pointed to the receiver on his camera and I said, does the battery life suck on that thing for you? And he's like, no, it's pretty good. I'm like, yeah, because mine just seems to drain so fast compared to the G3 and its AA's. He's like, no, yeah, it's been pretty good. And then it died mid video on us.
Mine, I shot two entire days at Emerald City Comic Con without charging it, but I did have to recharge. Or are you talking about the receiver on the camera or the transmitter thing?
Both suck for me.
The receiver sucks. The receiver that you put on the camera, that thing's dead within like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
the G3, the one I have up there right now, the AA powered one on the top of my camera, I still use that because I can go like a month on that thing with double A's.
Yeah, I don't understand it because this thing, like right here, the transmitter for the lav mic,
Yeah, it dies
this thing will go like 15, 16 hours on a single charge. Like, I don't even turn it off. I just leave
still
it on.
consider 15, 16 hours shitty because sometimes I'll forget to turn my mic off on top, the receiver on top of the camera.
Yep.
And I'll be done recording in the afternoon, do the rest of my day, go home all night long, come back the next morning and see that I left it on for almost 24 hours.
Yeah.
And it goes from 3 battery bars to 2. And I'm like, that's amazing.
I think the consumption on the new stuff is a lot higher, though, because I was reading somewhere that they use some weird digital band thing where it connects on multiple channels and it seamlessly switches between them and overlaps them, so you never lose a signal. Like, if something comes in and kills the signal on 1 or 2 of the channels, the third one picks up without anybody ever noticing.
No, you're right. You're right. It does have the G3 doesn't auto switch.
But you're right. Why the hell don't they offer, like, well, you can hook an external battery pack to it. That's the one thing I started doing is when I go to cons, I just Velcro a pack on there.
Oh, that was kind of loud. Sorry. It's the Sennheiser E835, and it's only $89.95 right now. And that's the mic.
Shit. Can't beat
that's
that.
the mic that I used to use on a lot of my videos and TechTalk when I had the mic flag on there.
What was it? The
The E835.
E835. Let me look at this sumbitch.
And it's the one I had my mic flag on, the little cube with my logo and stuff.
Oh, yeah, dude. It literally looks exactly like the Monoprice mic, except for it's got good electronics inside of it.
But it sounds great. I really like it. It's very warm. And I believe that mic also to be dynamic. Yes, it is. No, I don't remember. Is it dynamic? Does it say on there?
What do you mean by like dynamic? Like
dynamic means it doesn't need power.
Oh, wow. If it sounds good and it doesn't need power, that's pretty shocking because all the unpowered mics I've ever used sound like garbage.
Is it dynamic? I can't remember. It might be condenser mic.
You know what I want to get though is, do you have a range expander on your not range expander, sorry, what is it called? A compressor. Do you have a real-time compressor on your amp for your mic?
I'm using the Alesis Multimix, which is like $60. It's pretty bare bones.
Okay, so it probably doesn't have it. So long time ago when I went over to Basher's house, he had a mic amp that had a built-in compressor, and it was cool because you could do stuff like, "Hi, how's it going?" and then just scream as loud as you could into the mic, and it wouldn't clip. It would literally have just the volume would be off by like 10 dB.
Gotcha.
And I thought that was really badass. And the cool thing about the compressor is the background noise, as long as you had a good mic that would isolate it, fairly well, you didn't notice the background noise coming up and going down like you do with like the auto audio on a camera. It worked remarkably well. So I want to get one of those because anytime you yell or you're too quiet, which I'm always yelling, I'm in a perpetual state of yell.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know that like when you're playing a game or something, you can yell or you can scream and you don't have to like hold back the volume not to hit it clipping.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm with you on that. See, my problem is I'm willing to spend stupid amounts of money on my car and shit, but then when it comes to video hardware, I'm like, no, I don't want to spend $400 on a microphone.
The one thing that makes it so you can actually have money to work on your car, and you're like, nah, fuck it. I'm going to use monopriced.
Dynamic means the pickup pattern. I'm pretty sure dynamic also means it doesn't require power. Somebody who knows more than me, correct me on that, please. Anyway, that would make life so much easier because there's so many times where not only does the mic, like I can have my live mic on and from day to day not touch the volume levels on either the receiver or the transmitter and get different volume levels in my videos because it depends on where I'm recording, right? In here, it's going to sound different than the shop and it's going to sound different than outside. Yep. It would be so nice to have an auto-adjusting mic like that just is able to intelligently crank the pickup without cranking the sound floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Not only would that be cool, but why don't they have a feature like, on cameras, you have to either enable automatic gain control or disable it. Why don't they have a mode where it's like for 2 or 3 seconds you talk in the environment and then it basically just holds the floor right there for the rest of the time you have the camera powered? Because every time, like you said, even in this room, even in the nerd cave, I turn the thing down because I'll go out and shoot something really quick and change the audio and then bring it back. And if I forget to adjust it, so I religiously go in and move the little audio while I've got headphones in it and talking. And it's like, I'd like to be able to do the levels without the headphone and not just looking at the volume bar. I'd like it if it could just lock it into that perfect zone no matter what. Damn it, Sennheiser, that feature.
I did a terrible thing. I asked the audience for information, and of course, the audience is contradicting and arguing with each other. So,
well, that's what they do. That's what audiences do.
Okay, I'm gonna tease real quick on Twitter, and you do the same thing, Jerry. I'm gonna show the new Fractal ad that Coconut Monkey, Fractal Josh, and I made. People love the Fractal ads. It's the only ad that I can run, and people are like, "That was awesome! Run more!" Because it's not just like an advertisement; it's like a skit, and it's fun.
I know. I felt the same way about my Squarespace ad.
Kyle does an amazing job at his ads. So does Paul, and so does Dimitri. And I haven't made a new Fractal ad in a long time, so I wanted to kind of debut it here on the Tech Talk. And they didn't pay for the ad on the show. I'm actually just showing you guys because I had fun making this.
I should just be a dick and one up you and just go out there and like run my car over a tree and light it on fire and then be like, Squarespace!
Do it. What's wrong? What are you waiting for?
And just kick the door in and walk away.
You've already run your car over curbs and shit. What are you waiting for?
Dude, it's so banged up. Oh, all right. Anyways, roll this ad. Do it.
I'm teasing it right now.
Oh, you're
I want more people.
Oh, wow. This is the first time in the history of YouTube that somebody's actually teased an advertisement.
I know, right?
Do you want me to tease out? Okay, so you're going to play it on the stream. So I'm going to show the stream, right?
Do you know what that's called? That's called marketing at its finest, when you can get people asking you when the next ad is coming. I'm not kidding. The Fractal ads, people have asked me, Kyle, Paul, Dimitri, all of us, like, dude, when's the next Fractal ad? These are awesome. But we get to, you know what I love about it, though, is the fact that we get to be as creative as we want with these ads. And we can be so loose with however we want to do it. You know what I mean? It's just, obviously there's the usual stuff like, you know, please no smoking, no drinking, alcohol, shit like that, you know. And I think a beer might even make it in there, but
you could talk about drinking alcohol though. You just couldn't actually drink alcohol.
And we could talk about hookers and blow.
That is a good sponsor.
The Define Nano S is big enough to hide your crack.
To hide your crack in. The piping in it can handle heat up to a blowtorch.
Send your Nano S through security at the airport. See, already there's people there like, Fractal ads are awesome. All right, if you guys want to see the new Fractal ad, push 1 in chat. I know chat's gonna go crazy.
If you guys want to see the new Fractal ad, retweet. That's my latest.
If you guys want to see the new ad, you have to ask nicely. See, that's when you know you've done it right.
I've been on a total retweet quip.
I know.
No,
I know you have. That's why I turned off your retweets.
You're a dick. I hate you. I'm just kidding. I love you, Jay. I really love you.
I know.
I love you because I think I'm one of those people that has like affection towards abusive people, and that's why I got into YouTube. I think I'm like a battered content producer.
Deep down, I know he really loves me. That's why I won't leave him.
Deep down, I just want Uncle Jay's approval.
Oh, I approve. I approve of beating you.
Oh my God! Say it again.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and run this Fractal ad. Are you ready?
All right, prepare your balls.
All right, I'm gonna run it.
Prepare your ovaries.
And Jerry, you stay quiet until I start talking again. Okay?
Okay, I gotta say like 3 more words though, so that I can be quiet. Okay, that was like 6. Okay, we're good. Go.
Shh, will you stop already? Go. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, roll them.
What are you doing?
I thought it was time for an upgrade.
That's Little Jay's Xbox.
Ah, much better.
How did you even get in here?
Just made a key last time I was here, no big deal. Really could go for a drink right about now, though.
I kind of feel like you've already done this whole living room thing before.
No, there's a different channel. These are horrible, man.
Well, you are breaking and entering.
No, I'm not. I have witnesses.
The new Define Nano S from Fractal Design supports full-size power supplies, full-length graphics cards, room for a complete custom water loop, and heck, even room for a couple of freeloaders. Click the link in the description for more details. Fractal Josh, not included.
We should order pizza.
There we go.
That was the longest ad in the history of all ads ever made.
Can't ad block that shit. No, you know what though? It's kind of funny because the Fractal ads, people are okay with it being like pushing a minute because it's not just an ad, it's a skit. And that's what's so fun about it. My idea behind this ad was I just kind of want to straight up be obvious about the fact I'm because Kyle already did the whole like living room being invaded by Josh thing. So I was like, I want to do that too. I want it to be obvious, like, okay, you're copying Kyle, and I'm even wearing Kyle's shirt in the video. I'm wearing Kyle's shirt right now still.
Okay.
I haven't changed in a week. No, that's why we came up with the line of like, I feel like you've done this living room bit before. He's like, nah, that was a different channel. So anyway, total fourth wall break and a fourth wall break.
You know what? I have to say though, Jay, it felt like it might have been a little scripted. Like you guys may have discussed what you were going to do previously. Like,
what's funny is I have about 25 minutes of footage and us just BSing to get that ad. So I have plenty of blooper footage to put in. And I think one of my next videos, or the video where I run that ad, and I don't think it's going to actually start till like next month. By the way, guys, sorry. So I think when I finally run that ad, the blooper reel at the end is going to be the ad bloopers. It was pretty funny, especially when I'm doing audio
That'd be
level
cool.
checks. And you know when you're doing audio level checks, you tend to say the weirdest things, and I've got all that on camera.
Oh yeah, you're just sitting there and I think you're like, oh, fucking dolphins, fucking dolphins, like whatever you can.
Well,
That's my
especially
go-to word for
especially
a
when especially when Josh does like his vagina monologues.
I have not seen this. What?
No, I'm just saying, when Josh is doing like an audio check and he just kind of rambles on, it's like a vagina monologue, pretty much.
Oh my god, I need to hear this. I've never seen him actually do a mic check.
It was pretty funny. Man.
Josh, if you're watching, next time you're up in the area, I need a demo.
I don't think he's watching. I'm pretty sure he literally just landed because I still hadn't gotten his approval to actually air it tonight. Because I told him like, hey, it's done. Do me a favor, approve this. Make sure it's Fractal approved. That way I can air this, not get in trouble. I want to do it during the stream. And he literally emailed me back about 5 minutes before I said, okay, I'm going to run this ad to say it was approved. So I don't think he's on the stream.
Wow,
He might be
that
on
was
his phone.
that's close to the wire.
No, if he didn't approve it, I wasn't going to air it. I would have been like, sorry guys, everyone blame Josh.
It's like halfway through playing, and he's like, no, pull it.
I would have totally thrown him under the bus. It's okay. It takes a true friend to throw a friend under a bus, right?
There's an indie guy sitting on the couch. Call it off. Call it off.
I admit that. I just want to point out, we're 26 minutes into the stream, and I haven't mentioned the GTX 1080 once. Damn it, I just did.
I didn't even mention. Well, actually, I guess does it count as mentioned 3D printing? Because I mean, you didn't really know that was 3D printed, so I don't think
I didn't.
that
I thought it
counts
was
as mentioning.
first. I thought it was a Photoshop. Then I thought it was paper.
No, dude, it's augmented reality. I'm like real time processing this on the new GTX 1080 by NVIDIA.
That's amazing. 2
Doesn't
times
that look
the VR
real?
tight necks.
Dude, you notice how the light refracts off and everything? They got the calculations just right. You no longer get any of those weird tearing lines.
Real life VSync.
Dude, I benchmarked the 1080. Like as soon as they announced it, they sent me a prototype, and that thing, 2,000 frames per second, Jay.
I believe it.
2,000.
You know what's funny is there's actually something wrong with yours because in the Witcher 3 menus, I was getting over 3,600 frames.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. In the background, I think I was rendering 2 videos, and I had some 3D rendering software, and I was doing screen capture at 4K.
And it was updating to Windows 10?
And it was updating. Yeah, no, it was. I was already on Windows 10, but it was doing a super update to Windows 10.
So it was downgrading back to 8.1 so it could upgrade again.
Yes, and it did it all as one atomic operation, so I never actually even saw 8.1. It was amazing. Microsoft's amazing.
That is actually incredibly impressive.
Can you
All right.
believe people keep telling me I'm beating a dead horse talking about the Windows 10 upgrade scenario? Jay, do you feel like I'm beating a dead horse?
I don't know. Those pop-ups on planes are really worrying me. I think it's an important topic.
I know. I think it is like popping up on like
limelight.
Chevy Volts and in movie theaters and even on the X-Wing. I mean, that's some bullshit right there.
It popped up on the news weather forecast. Did you see that?
That yes, I laughed. I laughed so hard because I thought it was a joke when I clicked on it. I thought it was like photoshopped, and I watched the video segment. And I was like, "Holy
legit.
shit!" She recovered well from that.
Yeah. She just switched the slide.
And she's like, "How about Windows 10?" Yeah.
All right. So I've got some green comments to read here. It says, Christopher Bristol says, haven't donated in a while. Love the show. Make my week better. I already made your week better, hopefully, with that ad. That ad was great, right? I'm telling you what, though, the best Fractal ad to date is still Kyle and his grandpa. And basically the premise is Kyle's like, today we're going to review this new Fractal design toaster, right? Blah, 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 blah. He's like really confused, like, why am I reviewing a toaster? And at the end, the whole ad, you're just kind of like, what is this Fractal toaster? And at the end, it switches to his grandpa, like in the kitchen, and he's like smacking the case, going bam, bam, and then he like says something in whatever language. I think Kyle's maybe Filipino. I'm not sure. Anyway, if I'm wrong, sorry. Basically, the subtitle was like, "This toaster's a piece of shit." It's funny because it's his old grandpa. Anyway, that's the best ad yet, in my opinion. So
I don't think I've seen that one yet. I gotta watch that.
it's funny. William Jansen says, "Jerry, do the bat knife now." You like how it's on that magnetic holster, always ready to go?
Na 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 bat knife. Woo.
So this is actually how Jerry really records it. He just speeds it up 2,000%.
It's like 2,000%. It's like no 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 bat knife. Woo. That's how I do it. And now it's back to the back. You know what? I had one of the magnets fall off. I had 2 magnets under there originally. One of them fell off because the hot glue just like failed. It's the first time hot glue's ever failed me. And the damn thing, I stuck it under there and only stuck like partially on one magnet, and it basically flipped straight down and stabbed me right in the top of the foot.
Oh, geez.
So always use 2 hard drive magnets with bat knife, guys. 1 hard drive magnet, if you don't get it perfectly centered, it will fall and stab through your feet.
That's what I was gonna ask you if it stabbed through your foot. I kind of hoped it did because you would have definitely gotten tetanus.
Dude, somebody just donated $100 to the stream.
That is awesome. No, let me get down to there, would you, Jerry? Please stop jumping ahead. Okay.
No, I had to jump ahead
Stop.
because it was a $100 donation. It was for me, Jay. It was
Stop.
for me.
Do I have to give you half? They give you half of your own
Critters,
donation?
just so you know, donations do not work for me. So that is Jay's $100. You just gave Jay $100.
Yeah, we're working on it, guys.
I
Jacob
don't
Stevens.
care.
I like the way it's spelled. Jaykob. That's pretty awesome. Jacob. Jacob. Love you guys. Love your guys' content. Watch every week. I have a question, Jay. What is your favorite computer that you have ever built? That's a hard one because every one of my builds that I keep for myself, like Skunkworks and stuff, they all have a piece of something sentimental at that moment, right? Because a lot of people don't realize this. When I was old enough to start like really getting into computers and stuff as a teenager, just like you, my parents didn't make a lot of money. At that point, my dad was already retired from the military. His business had already my parents had already filed bankruptcy. We lost our house.
Oh,
and
geez.
so the computers I grew up with as a teenager trying to game on were literally like freaking dumpster diving behind PC Club, right? To try and get the parts to build a computer. So even the best ones I built back then were ones that I had to go through hell to get the parts for. So it's kind of hard. Like people look at Skunkworks and go, "You're so spoiled," but they don't understand that it's not like I've always had computers like this. This is the first time. And Skunkworks would by far not be my favorite computer I've ever built because I didn't have to buy these parts. So there's not as much sentimental attachment to this as say I had saved up the $6,000 to build this. I think one of my first water cooling builds I ever did were probably one of my favorite builds ever, and that's going back to like when the first Pentium 3 gigahertz chip came out ish. Around there was when I started getting more heavily into water cooling. So that's probably one, and I actually have those pictures somewhere. I have to dig them up. I used 1/4-inch soft tubing, so it was really really small tubing. But yeah, so that was definitely one of my favorite builds. Shelby Kalhoff says, "Drunk Jerry Tech Talk tonight?" No, you would think he's Jerry. You would think he's drunk, huh? Let's see here. We should do another drunk one someday, but you're like, "I'm not drinking alcohol no more because of gas."
No, I fixed it. No, I can drink again. No, the medicine. I had to go 2 months on the medicine. I tested it and it worked. I didn't get gout again after getting so drunk I couldn't walk.
Hey, you guys want to hear something?
Yeah.
I am going to make it back to Seattle again before Jerry makes it down here. Remember his promise? Jerry broke his promise.
I'll fly down there tomorrow, bitch. Let's do this.
No, you won't.
I will. I'll go get a ticket for $10,000 tonight and fly down there.
When you do something spontaneous like that, I won't believe it till you do it. You know what's funny is as long as I've known you, I've never known you to be a spontaneous guy. To just be
You
like,
never known
"I'm
me
up
to
and
be
do this."
anious. I've
I've never known you to be millennious.
I'm such an anious guy.
You're so millennious.
You know what's funny? Is I used to be a really spontaneous person, but no, you're right. I'm not anymore.
But when I told you that the family and I were going up to Seattle for 5 days to do family vacation up there in June, you were like, "That's it. I'm coming down. We'll plan it this week." It's Thursday. You're running out of days, sir. Look at you checking the calendar.
Well, if you could stay on Skype after the call for like 15 minutes, maybe we can get this done. What do you say?
I guess.
Do it.
Why do you need me though? Why do you need me? Just tell me when you're coming, dude.
Oh, I need you for moral support. I don't know how to use the airline site, Jay. I need your help.
Really? I am not your personal assistant, sir.
You should be though, Jay. You should be.
Limited Misery. Ooh.
At least it's limited. I mean, nobody likes absolute misery. I like limited.
Been watching both of you for a while. You used to... Wait, he says, been watching both of you for a while. Used to watch Jay stream when he only had 30 views. Right? I mean, that was like way back in the day.
That's old school right there. Like, I still recognize some of the names of my comments on my video from people that followed me since I had like under 1,000 subscribers.
No, what's funny here is that back then, the stream was so small that I used to ask people for like, "Okay, you got any questions?" And then I'd have to wait. I'd have to like wait for the stream to catch up for them to ask so I could see the text pop up. That's how little people were in there. Ooh. Those are the old days. Pup Shepherd every freaking week. Every week this guy.
That name I will never forget.
I feel like I need to give him a Christmas card in July. He says Paul and Kyle have a fan post.
Do you need me to do some reading for you, Jay? You want me to do some reading? I'll do some reading.
Reading's hard.
I got it. All right.
Okay,
Paul
go ahead,
Kyle
take it.
have a fan posted box. I mailed them a lovely letter, handwritten. Do you have a positive box?
Is he saying post office box?
I did.
Is he using like the voice translate?
I think he is.
Pub Shepherd, are you drunk?
Pop, are you drunk? Do you have a positive box? I do.
Nope.
It's
Nope,
right next to the negative box. It's on the other side of the negative box.
Right next to the leave your comment here.
No, we have PO boxes. Is yours listed down in the comments? On my videos, it's in the comments. And
I don't
yes,
have a PO box.
If you
I'm the
send
one
me
guy
a
that
hand,
doesn't have one.
if you send me, you don't have a PO box. Jesus
Never
Christ,
did,
dude.
no.
So anyway, send. You can send handwritten letters to me and other stuff, and like I don't
Laced
know.
with anthrax.
People have sent me weird shit. They really have. I need to do one of those things where I do a video like once a month. That's like all the crazy shit people have sent me.
Yeah.
A lot of cool shit too, but there's some crazy shit in there.
Read the next one though, because obviously I'm derping.
All right, so Warren M says, "Been a while since I've caught you guys while live. Keep up the awesome content." So really,
Rather than catching us when we're dead.
yeah, it's not going to be long the way things have been going. Chase's Tech Bits said, "My favorite two YouTubers, and I finally caught their live stream. Love the mic talk, by the way. See, look at that. We got technology in.
Yeah,
we did it.
a little-
We actually
a little
got legitimate technology, and we reviewed like at least 5 mics in like 10 minutes. It was awesome.
And I showed you what a shitty cable sounds like.
Every week.
What I love is there were people who legitimately joined right as I was doing that.
I know. There's probably a couple people joined right when I was like, "Okay, crank your mic volume up, or your
Okay,
headphones
I got
up." They're all like, "Oh God, my ears! Oh,
It's
my
like-
ear
it's like when
vaginas!"
It's like when you're watching NASCAR and they do the drive-bys, like that crank it up section,
Yep.
like crank it up moment.
Crank it up. Okay, Moz said, "First live stream I've been able to get into. Love you guys." Well,
So-
welcome. You are welcome, sir.
I'm confused though. Is he saying that this is the first live stream he's gotten into? Like, hey, I'm into this one, or is he?
I
saying
know
it's the
you
first
could
one
read
he's
it like in two different contexts. Be like, "This is the first live stream I've been able to actually get into, guys."
Deno
Or is
5D
this the first one I've ever
donated.
gotten to?
Deno 5D donated $101. Do we have a donation war going on here? I'm
That's
gonna
it, Jake.
I'm gonna send you a microphone now, sir.
No, you're gonna pay for a goddamn plane ticket now. This one show justifies that.
You know why I'm not gonna pay for your? Okay, fine. I'll pay for your plane ticket. It's gonna go on my taxes.
You can subtract the 50% taxes out of the donations. So I think we've calculated that it'll never be more than 50%, but it'll probably be 50%. Let's see here. Who do we live off of? Jake? Is it Jake Tice?
Yeah, Jake.
Jake Tice said, "Hey guys, Jay, I'm building a water-cooled PC with an external rad. Which one foot by 2 feet? Wait, which one is foot by 2 feet? Comments, advice? Yeah, I guess he needs a radiator that's 1 foot by 2 feet.
Well, that would be.
But he
12 by
like
20.
spelled it out instead of just putting like 1 by 2.
I'll be honest. I don't know what he's asking me because
I think-
this is one of those times where America doesn't do the foots; it does the millimeters. So I don't really know what that equates to.
What you want to do is go to the wrecking yard and get yourself one of them radiators out of a Buick Regal. That one has the best thermal transfer.
You can get to the eBay and get yourself a Mishimoto.
Okay, so external rad though. Do people actually run external rads?
Yeah, but, well, okay. So some companies you can actually buy an external rad and it has like feet that will screw to it, so it can
No
just kind of
shit.
stand up. Yeah, I've been toying around with the idea for a long time of building an external radiator box with quick disconnects that you can move between systems, but I've just been too lazy to do it.
Hobbs is typing comments and saying, "Jerry, you fail at reading comprehension." What did I do wrong? I said, which is 1 foot by 2 feet. What am I doing wrong here, Hobbs? Hobbs, you're fired. Hobbs, get out of the document. Go away. Get out of there.
I'm no longer paying you nothing, sir.
No longer paying you nothing. Your price of nothing has been cut. You're not getting no more benefits either.
Now you're
No,
paying me.
I will take your Obamacare away. Critters donated $100. Holy shit, Critters.
That's crazy,
And Critters
man.
said, "I found Jerry's channel a few weeks ago and binge watched them all." Oh my God, I am so sorry.
Yeah,
That's probably why he
I'm-
donated $100 is I mentally damaged him. Thanks for the entertainment, you sweaty fuck. Keep it up. Jay, you're just okay.
Okay, so I'm actually critters. Just want to say that.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I didn't read that ahead of time. I was like, thanks for that.
We don't read them ahead of time.
I sweat in all my videos. I sweat so much.
One of the best things about the donation comments that we read is the fact that we don't pre-read them or screen them. So you could literally call us some of the most derogatory things in the world, and kind of like a news anchor teleprompter, we'll read it and not realize what we're saying.
It's like, "Jerry, you are a fat piece of shit. I hope you die." What? What'd you say? No, just kidding. No, seriously, that's what'll
but do you
happen
remember-
because we're so focused on reading. We don't even know what we're
Do you
reading.
remember when the donation button appeared? You and I were like, you know what? We can have some fun with this. You could say whatever you want to us. You
And
can
we will-
tell us what big pieces of shit we are, and we will read it live.
Yeah.
Just
That's
don't
true.
be surprised if we burn back, okay?
Oh well, thank you, critters. It is massively appreciated because now I can actually give Jay shit to pay for my goddamn plane ticket finally.
Thanks a lot, critters.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna have to thank somebody else too down further here. Paige Covington said, "Hey Jay, love your and Jerry's videos. Just want to set things straight. You're correct about dynamic mics not needing power and having nothing to do with the polar pattern. So you were right, Jay."
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I did a lot of research myself to try and learn the difference between what. See, when they're talking about no, dynamic is the pickup pattern, they're referring to cardioid, supercardioid, omnidirectional. Those are the pickup patterns, not not dynamic and condenser. Those have to do with
Living
the
in a
power.
world where you get paid $10 to be
Yeah.
told you're right. That's some Trump shit right there.
Right.
All right, let's see here. Jared. Oh shit, it's my turn to butcher names. Jared Zarenka.
Zarnikow.
I'm gonna just
It's-
assume the C
It's
is
Zarnikow now.
Zarnikow. All right, love you guys. Jerry just bought my plane tickets for World Maker Faire. Any hotel suggestions? World Maker Faire. Let me see. Which hotel did they stay at
Four
last time?
Seasons? Go to the Four Seasons. That's cheap.
No, I'm trying to remember. What was it? Both hotels I went to were pretty shitty. You guys got to realize I was actually put up by a company, so they don't really splurge too hard. Well, not for me. Anyway.
I saw that. Didn't you have like a tube TV in that room?
No, dude. Seriously, I opened up the curtains. Like the first hotel wasn't too bad. The second hotel I stayed at when I went down there, you opened up the curtains and it was just a giant car lot. And I'm not talking like a parking lot. I'm talking like cars dense packed together, like a wrecking yard or something.
Okay, you did better than the time I stayed in downtown New York, where I opened up the curtains to a brick wall. I'm not even kidding. It was like, why is there even a window here?
They built the building, put windows in it, and then somebody else next door just built a big brick wall, and they're like, "Oh, fuck you."
Pretty much, it was just a big side of a brick building.
As far as hotels, I won't recommend any specific hotel because honestly, none of the ones I stayed at were really particularly good. But just get something that's close to the park. What's that park called? Flushing Meadows. Just get something that's close to Flushing Meadows Park because you can follow the border of the park or walk through the park to get to World Maker Faire. And some of World Maker Faire actually is in the park itself. But the park is badass. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the trip, aside from the actual Maker Faire, was walking around Flushing Meadows Park. It's like, it's like the place from Iron Man. It's epic.
So last week when EVGA was doing their live stream and they were doing Doom and stuff, I was watching on my phone while I was picking up Little Jay from school, and so I was playing around with the face swap thing, and I texted Jacob like right when they started their stream, and one of the face swaps that I didn't like share on Twitter because I didn't want to share 18 of them, right? I didn't want to pull a Windows 10 update Jerry stream. So anyway, you like that? You saw it coming?
Yeah, that was a good segue.
So I basically texted it to him, and I was like, try not to laugh at this. And I watched him on live stream when he checked his phone, right? Because I texted it to him. And I saw him look at his phone, and I saw him put his phone down and then grab his phone and look at it again, like closely. This was the picture. Basically, I took Kim Kardashian's face and put it on my body. And Jerry, you'll see it if you watch this.
Oh, I bet you that was absolutely amazing and magnificent.
It's scary because you have to look closely because it kind of looks like I'm just wearing girl's makeup. See Technoscope was like, what the fuck is that?
Did you see the picture I posted of me as an old lady?
Terrifying. That was on Snapchat, right?
Yeah, that straight up terrified me, dude. Like I even had nightmares about that last night. It's like I nightmared myself.
So that face swap app is literally the best buck I've ever spent in my life.
It is, and Snapchat actually gives it to you for like free. Like Snapchat just does it for free. If you
I
don't
don't
have
have Snapchat. I refuse to get a Snapchat.
And Snapchat's weird. I still don't understand like what the appeal of it is, really. Oh god, that picture. You seriously look like you just put on like Pee Wee Herman's makeup.
Right? Doesn't it look like I just put on makeup and was like whatever and rolled
Like
with
you
it?
just had like a really good shit or something. You're like,
Oh, there's somebody that I may or may not have did a face swap on Jay-Z and said some things I can't really put on the internet. I'll show you after the stream. How's that?
so there we go.
I got really tired of everyone constantly tweeting me like I'm Jay-Z. So when I was at the NVIDIA event, the first night we were there and we were having like basically the reception at this bar, I'm talking to Kyle and Paul and Luke, Anthony from Tweaktown, and other people who just kind of randomly come up and chat with us. And basically I was telling Paul about all of the times I'm confused for Jay-Z, and people were coming at me like pissed, right? People were coming at me like, fuck you, Jay-Z, cheating on Beyonce, you sorry sack of shit.
I know. I saw the screenshot that you posted of the one. It wasn't as bad as those, but like somebody was like literally just reading you the riot act.
No, these come every day, but sometimes people were legitimately coming at me like they would murder me. They would stab me in my kidney if I were walking down the street and I were Jay-Z, right? That's how mad they are. So I was reading some of these off to Paul and Kyle, ones that I wasn't retweeting because I'm going, these are like so derogatory, right?
Yeah.
And Paul and Kyle and everyone, they are laughing their ass off. They're like, oh my God, people really say this shit to you? So Paul was like, why aren't you just retweeting these? Just retweet them. So I've decided now, whenever someone confuses me for Jay-Z, I'm retweeting them. That's it. That's it.
You totally should, dude.
Especially like that. Oh, by the way, I want to point out, guys, you guys remember that interaction that happened with that Elizabeth chick on Twitter who was fighting with all of you and couldn't just own up to the fact that she tagged the wrong person? She was like, fuck you, I know who I tagged, blah, blah, blah. Let's just say when you have a blue check mark on Twitter, you can get support to respond to you much quicker than just being a regular person. And I did get her account locked. So yeah, her account is locked. Enjoy that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jay wins.
I learned that really quick. No, before I had the blue check mark, I used to report people for saying like really derogatory things, like straight up threats and stuff to me. And every time the Twitter like automated thing was like, we're gonna look into this and we'll get you back, or we'll tell you how it turns out. And then inevitably, it's always like, we didn't find any violations in terms of service. So, you know, if you have a problem with this person, just block them. And he's like, this dude said he was going to slit my throat. And you're telling me that there was no legitimate threat. Okay,
this
fine.
This guy's
whatever.
posted a picture of my house with like, with like crosshairs over it. Can you please do something about this person?
But this person here, I just basically reported for harassment. And then the comments, I'm like, she's being really, really mean. That's all I wrote. Her account gets locked. It's like, okay, blue check power, I guess.
Oh.
Good to know. Good to know.
Well, I little birdie told me my check's in the mail.
Well, I don't know, man.
Shit, at the rate things are going, I'm not banking on anything. I really not.
I don't know. I know you want that blue check mark, man.
I want that blue check mark so much because like you're already closing in on me fast on subs. So if I don't get that blue check mark, I'm gonna.
Well, I've been ahead of you in social media like all along, but you know the YouTube
well,
thing.
I thought there was a time where I had you on Twitter.
There was a couple of months there, yeah.
It was like a couple of months, but you started out in the lead and you ended in the lead and you're still in the lead. So
yeah,
so that's why I'm just giving away blocks of Steam codes right now. I'm just like, here, take Steam codes. Take Steam codes. Jay got all you subscribers from giveaways, so I'm gonna not give away expensive stuff.
You still haven't learned you can't gain followers on the platform you want to gain followers on by holding giveaways on the platform you want to grow.
No, you can, as long as the requirement's a retweet and somebody sees it and they follow you because they want more codes. See?
I'm face palming right now because we've already talked about this.
It worked. It's not as efficient. I will agree. It's not as efficient as YouTube, but it's not completely pointless. And remember, I'm giving away things that cost $1.
It doesn't matter if you give away things that are free and people will still fight over it.
That's true. They will. I had a guy get mad at me today on Twitter. He's like, he didn't get the code. He's like, code's used. And then the next comment's like, I didn't even want it anyways because you buy it for fucking 0.01 cents. Why would anybody want this shit? I'm like, dude,
why'd you try and put it in?
Why did you try to enter the code? Like, what? I didn't say it was Call of Duty Black Ops or something. Actually, that probably would have been worth less. But, zinger. Man, Call of Duty has been seeing some shit lately. Could you imagine working for a company where you post your game and it gets like millions of dislikes?
Wow.
Holy shit.
That's because I think most people are finally just done with Call of Duty. I think Treyarch and what was the other one? Treyarch and Infinity Ward. Yep. I think they've kind of, like your Windows 10 thing there, I think they've kind of beat that one into the ground, right? There's not a lot of there's not a lot of heartbeat left in that horse.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
So I kind of feel like
with cuddles, people, with cuddles.
You're gonna smother me in your man boobs?
I'm gonna smother you in my man boobs. But I posted today, by the way. It was National Send a Nude Day today.
What?
Today was National Send a Nude Day, so I posted a nude.
I saw your nipple, dude. I disliked it. No, just kidding. There's no dislike button on Twitter.
Even if there was, you cannot not like that nipple.
Okay.
That's a good nipple. That's a solid nipple, dude. It's
that's
even a
breastfeeding. That's a breastfeeding nipple if I ever saw one.
Hey, but still, on a man, that's pretty impressive. Okay, Jake Sheplay said, I have a Fury X. Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck. That's rough, bro. And I'm buying another very soon for Crossfire. Fuck, this guy just likes it. Is he an Undertaker? I wonder if he's an Undertaker. How bad did I get wrecked by the 1080 SLI? The answer is I posted a benchmark, okay? And I wish Jay had a picture he could put up on the screen right now. He probably doesn't. But
even
I posted a benchmark.
I'm not putting it up because I don't want that picture underneath my name.
No, it was a legitimate benchmark. It even says in the title it was 100% legitimate benchmark. And
unbiased, unbiased.
The Fury X unfortunately only got like 14 frames per second at
It was
644.
15. Don't. It was 15.
No. The truth is that the Fury X isn't actually a bad card. I mean, it really isn't.
It's just
but the
held
10,
back by its 4 gigs now.
well, it is. But well, yeah. If you're talking about like that, well, actually, I guess that's kind of a big deal, especially if you're playing shit like GTA 5 with mods and stuff like that. The memory's getting so crazy ridiculous now.
Yeah.
What's the default memory on the 1080?
8.
It's got 8, just standard.
It's 8
badass.
gigabytes of GDDR. They call it G5X, which is actually a 10,000 megahertz or 10. It's 10 gigahertz effective speed on the memory.
That's fucking crazy.
They had hit a limitation with the way GDDR5 architecture is, where 7.5-ish, sometimes 8 with maybe Samsung NANDs, they could actually achieve 8 gigahertz, but mostly like 7500 was kind of where it capped out for the longest time. But they found a way to get G5X up to 10, and they're overclocking it to 11.
That is insane.
Yeah. Basically, I kind of feel like NVIDIA basically looked at this and went, AMD's got that HBM, that's cute. 4 gigs, that's cute. Yeah, we've got
They can cycle
so
the
much
entire memory on the card in under a second.
Oh, I would assume.
8 gig. It's 8 gig. What did you say? 10 gigabytes or 10? Oh no, sorry, 10 gigahertz. You said is the what's the total throughput of the memory?
Oh, well, it did 9 teraflops on one card.
Okay, never mind. So it's never going to be the bottleneck, basically.
Yeah.
So if you have a 10, and if I was reading the actual benchmarks, not my silly little benchmark, but the actual benchmarks, right? It looked like the 1080 was actually beating out 2 980 SLI.
Okay, so let's talk about that. People want tech talk? All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, okay, you have to take a lot of the. I don't care if it's AMD, I don't care if it's NVIDIA, I don't care if it's Intel. You have to take the internally developed benchmarks and screenshots and graphs that they put up on their own slides as a grain of salt. Because if anything, calling the 1080 faster than 980 SLI should have had like 6 asterisks after it, right? Each asterisk being like in this condition, in this setup, at this altitude,
if
whatever.
you don't have sync on your CPU, if you're submerged in mineral oil,
right. If you're running a single 2 gig stick of CPU memory, I don't know, right? So it was very asterisk-y. And what I found on my benchmarks, and I didn't show 970 SLI because I plan on kind of doing a different. See, I don't want to bombard people with so much 1080 content, but if I tried to put everything I want to cover in one video, it'd be like 40 minutes long, right? It'd be like a Jerry
just
video.
bombard them. Just bombard them.
It'd be like a Jerry video. So what I'm gonna remember, we used to make like 40-minute videos.
I know, dude. I still every once in a while do. It's rare, but
So what I have noticed though is that 970 SLI was just under 1080. Okay, 970 SLI overclocked to 1500 megahertz, by the way. So 2 pretty heavily overclocked 970s with custom coolers. The EVGA SSC 970 overclocked to 1500 in SLI was scoring about 5 to 8% below the 1080 with its factory boost clock, and mine went up to like 1820. So looking at that, and I'm going, okay, 2 factory clocked 980 Ti's might get bested by a 1080. But what I found when I started comparing my 970 charts was in benchmarks like Firestrike, Valley, Heaven, that actually have the API to properly scale SLI. Because you guys know SLI doesn't scale in games as well as it does in benchmarks. Benchmarks, they have one purpose: scaling, because that's how they want to make the benchmark legitimate and truly testing your CPU or your GPU.
and they're incredibly linear. They're literally just playing back an operation.
Absolutely.
There's nothing dynamic about it, really.
Absolutely. So it scales perfectly. 970 SLI was I don't want to say smashing, but I believe my 1080 score in Firestrike normal was 22,000 and some change. My 970, let me look it up real quick because I don't want to misquote this. My 970s in Firestrike was, I got so many freaking spreadsheets on this. 24,349, and the 1080 was 22,027. So it was 2,250-ish faster than a single 1080. And so, right, asterisk, if we're talking about benchmarks, then no, absolutely not faster than 2 980s. In games, well, again, there's so many variables there, right? It's really going to depend on the developer. Are they going to get a good SLI profile? You guys know Doom right now doesn't even have working SLI.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Well, apparently it's not ready yet. So Bethesda hasn't launched the latest code to NVIDIA to update their drivers to get SLI working, because there's no SLI right now with Doom. So perfect example, right? I did the video about 3 and 4-way with the 1080, and I explained in there the difference between implicit and explicit when it comes to the way that the APIs and the drivers work. So there's some involvement from NVIDIA, and then it really depends on the developers. So I want to lean towards two 980s being faster in many games than a single 1080. But once the custom cards come out, and we're seeing cards that are overclocking to 2100, maybe even 2200 megahertz on Pascal with G5X and 11 gigahertz of effective memory speed, it's a good fight. But I would still recommend the single 1080 probably over two 980s if you don't own the 980 now. I wouldn't go out and buy...
SLI has always been kind of an odd thing. It works better in some things than others. Like you said, where the games actually implement SLI code themselves, like to favor the SLI, the drivers are guilty of the same thing. The drivers themselves have code that are built right into them that even recognize specific games running and change the SLI profile on the driver's side to get more performance.
Yeah.
And so when you have that going on both sides of the fence constantly, that's a real hard orchestra to keep going. So I'm with Jay on the whole, if you can have a single GPU that's even slightly slower than two GPUs together, you're going to have an overall better experience. It might not be faster in every single scenario, but I think overall experience-wise, especially when you're talking about micro stutter. Micro stutter is something that's always been a big problem with SLI. Always.
It's gotten a lot better. Like, I don't experience it at all with my 3 Titan X's. And what's funny is...
I don't with one screen, but with 3 screens, I do.
Okay, I have 3 screens, but I don't game on all 3. And
yeah, see, that's just it. If you game with one screen, go ahead.
Remember, when I had my three 1080p panels, I didn't have micro stutter issues then either.
That's true. You had a really smooth experience when I came down there, especially when we were playing iRacing. iRacing was like butter smooth.
Right. I have 3 panels set up on the racing sim right now with 2 970s. The 2 970 SLIs that are in these charts, those are the same cards. Again, no issues there with, what is it, 5960 or whatever it is by 1080. No issues. I've never really had the micro stuttering problem. But I have seen it, and I have seen systems that have the issue. But to finish my thought, I've been asked so many times, like, Jay, should I get another 980 or should I sell my 980 and get a 1080? My opinion here is, if you have the 980 already, getting a second one right now would probably be more cost effective to get better FPS than trying to offload a used 980 and then spending $600 to $700 on a new single GPU. But if you're coming from like an old piece of hardware, or you don't have any graphics cards at all right now, I would quite honestly recommend the single 1080 over the 980 SLI.
When is it going to be available to general public? 1080.
27th is what I believe the date they said was.
So let's see. Okay, it's the 19th today. So my recommendation is going to be a little bit backwards from Jay. I'm going to say, well, not backwards, just a little different. If you have two
cards now,
if you have two 980, no, seriously. If you
already have two 980s, I wouldn't do it.
Get rid of one of them. Just sell one of the 980s right now so that you can get maximum value, because that thing's going to be worth precisely dick when the 1080 drops.
Some dicks are worth more than others, Jerry.
So sell one of them, like a kidney, right? So sell one of them, get as much money for it as you can now, and then when the 1080 drops, sell the other one dirt cheap. Put the money together with the other one, buy the 1080, and have some cash left over. That's what I would do.
The problem is 980 Ti's have dropped down to like $300. A 980
isn't
going to
shit.
Yeah, a 980 probably wouldn't even fetch 200.
Oh, I didn't realize that they already dropped that much. Is that just an anticipation, or?
No. I'm not talking about brand new. I'm talking about the used market, because you're talking about used market here.
That's
right?
true.
So if you're trying to sell a used 980, you might get $200 for it.
What are they going for new right now? Let's see here.
980s? You can't buy a new 980. You have to buy 980 Ti.
What's the 980 Ti go for? Okay, so the 980 Ti is still up there. I mean, it's still
over
$550 card.
Okay,
for the MSI is $550. It looks like the EVGA is $650.
Yeah, so they're still about $649. They'll drop. They have.
So wait a second. Hold on. I don't Yeah, they'd have to, because what's the 1080 is supposed to retail for what, $5 and some change?
$599 for the partner cards and $699 for the founders card.
So shit. Yeah. No. This price would have to drop a lot.
This happens every time. This happens every time, Jerry. They wait until launch day to actually drop the prices, which is stupid. Once it's announced with the new pricing, they should drop it in offload, right? So they're not sitting there with shelves, because no one's going to buy it for $650 right now.
So if you sell your 980 right now, you have to sell it to somebody who's in your neighborhood that doesn't have internet, and doesn't know the 1080 is coming out in like a week.
See, this is why I go against your theory here, or your what you would do, because if you sold two 980s for, let's say, 200 a piece, it's only 400. You're still putting another 200 bucks with it to get a card that might perform a little bit less than what you had.
No, you're right. You're right. If you calculate in the used market, I agree with you. I don't think you'd be much better off. But I still think that the one card over the two cards, performance set aside, would be the better experience.
Yeah, I agree.
Just from a driver perspective.
I agree. I'm just saying I wouldn't run out and buy two 980s over a 1080 if you don't have a card.
What's this shit that I hear about, like 3-way SLI and 4-way SLI being like a thing of the past now? Like, do you know anything about that?
Dude, I put out a whole video about it. It's just okay. So
summarize for me, Jay.
NVIDIA basically said that Microsoft has changed the way DirectX 12 works on Microsoft on Windows 10. They're constantly changing the API. It's becoming increasingly difficult to get scaling to even show any sort of benefit. A lot of games actually show a reduction in performance with anything over two cards. Again, because you have an implicit and explicit, you've got to have three people working together here to make the experience good. You've got to have Microsoft laying the foundation of the API to actually scale well with multiple cards. You've got to have the developer wanting to explicitly program for SLI and not say, NVIDIA, you do it. A lot of companies do say, NVIDIA, why don't you take the SLI profiles for us and create these. And then you have to have the game developer implementing what the other two parties are doing. So you got three cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's becoming really difficult to get any sort of a scaling performance that's a positive experience. So NVIDIA has basically said, okay, we no longer want to do any of the legwork for 3-way and 4-way SLI. We'll still allow the developers to do it, i.e., 3D Mark, right, Heaven, Valley, because they're not going to kill off that enthusiast market of extreme overclocking and benchmarking.
Right.
They're still going to do it. They've always taken the SLI control from NVIDIA and just did it in-house. So NVIDIA has basically said, we don't want to do it anymore. And to make sure that the system integrators... Now, guys, this really comes down to the system integrators, actually. I had a one-on-one conversation with NVIDIA about this because I said, well, I want to do 3-way, so what does this mean for me? What they explained to me was when they're not going to officially support 3 and 4-way on the drivers, they don't want the system integrators and the builders selling 3 and 4-way SLI or setups out of the gate. They don't want them to sell those. And sorry, guys, my internet crapped out for a second there. I think someone got on Netflix or something, so you'll see some drop frames there. But it's better now, I promise. Okay, I was waiting for it to catch up so they don't miss my thought here. All right. So they don't want the system integrators to do that. So they're basically locking it so that the SIs can't sell the prepackaged 3 and 4-way SLI setups. Now, that you can still do SLI 3 and 4-way, and you can do it for free. Are you even paying attention? You asked me to explain this to you, and I hear you fucking typing away.
I'm listening. You said something about graphics cards and shit.
Yeah,
okay, let's
GPUs
go.
and shit.
Let's go.
All you have to do is install the cards, go to the NVIDIA website. NVIDIA has a website right now that's up, and we'll explain how the enthusiast key works. You literally just basically have it scan your system. It will go, oh, you've got 3 and 4 cards. Do you want to enable 3 and 4-way? You go, yes. It downloads a key. You load the key. It writes a piece of code to the BIOS because 3 and 4-way is disabled in the BIOS level of the card, not the driver level. So what will happen is it will then write a piece of code to the BIOS. It'll reboot itself, and then 3 and 4-way is unlocked. That's all you have to do. They're adding that extra step to keep the system builders for pre-shipping 3 and 4-way. That's how they're controlling the experience.
So
But
quick question, what's
but they
stopping the
still-
system builders from doing this? Is it just they're denied the registration on the site? Or
Most of the time, the system builders don't fully load Windows and get all that shit set up for you, right? They'll get the maybe drivers and things going, and then they will reset for what do they call that? Like reset for new user or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know why they couldn't go in and do it, but that was the way it was explained to me. Is they
They're
didn't
just just creating more hurdles so that it's less desirable, basically. If it takes more time, costs more money, they're probably not going to do it, and they'll just push it off on the end user.
It kind of sucks though because it directly goes after some of like Origin PC's market, right? Because Origin PC builds those crazy systems with 3 and 4-way SLI, and it definitely hinders some of their top tier, boutique systems.
Yeah, I'm really not a big fan of companies doing shit like this. Like, where they're forcing the hands of other people by, like, disabling and taking away stuff that somebody already had. Like, I have no problem with them, like, releasing a statement or something saying that, oh, this is no longer a scenario that we're actively going to support.
They didn't take away anything from what's already on the market. This is just 1070 and 1080 moving forward. So, like, my 3-way isn't affected.
Okay. No, fair enough. No, I agree with that, but still, the expectation as an NVIDIA user, just in general, is with the graphics cards, you'd usually have more scaling, and the card is still more than capable of it. They just don't want you to do it.
NVIDIA never supported 3 and 4-way officially. They would allow it, and they would do some optimization for it, but they never officially went out of their way to make 3 and 4-way scale properly in games. It was always the developers that did it, and NVIDIA was just kind of like, okay, we don't recommend it.
Yeah, maybe it was one of those
never
situations where they were getting shit on so much that they just decided it's not worth supporting it since it's such a small percentage of the market.
It's a very small percentage, and the only thing I cared about was that they weren't going to kill off the the world record attempts and stuff, like guys like Kingpin and everyone else who goes out there and their entire hobby is to take 4 of these cards and do liquid nitrogen and break world records. Don't kill off their hobby.
Yeah, no, that shit's fun to watch too.
Yeah.
and besides, they I don't think they're worried about those guys because they void the warranty the second that they stick like a lead tower on top of the GPU and dump like a gallon of liquid nitrogen into it.
You know what's kind of ironic is last year and even now with NVLink, NVIDIA's like, you can put 8 P100 Pascal GPUs through NVLink and make them work together to get incredible compute powers, right? Like this, one of these boxes is worth like 250 nodes, right? They're talking about the compute power when you put 8 of these P100 Pascal units together. And they're like, oh, for gamers, yeah, we're going to lower the amount of shit you can put together. But for over here.
Yeah, but over here, we're going to stick 8 cards in the some base. You're just going to be able to look at cat pictures and tell you if they got fucking ears and whiskers and shit with machine learning.
Yeah, I found that kind of funny. Anyway.
No, the machine learning is something that I'm actually starting to get into a little bit. So I still need to talk
like
with
Skynet.
agents. A little bit. It's more than you probably think telling that joke. Because I mean, the whole idea with machine learning is you give a fundamental set of rules to a computer basically, and you say, okay, here's your basic rules. I'm going to teach you how to fucking make some basic noises and identify what's food and what's poison. Yeah. And then you unleash it on a random data set. And it just evolves, and then you can further refine it by answering some other questions. It'll be like, hey, is this a cat? And I'll be like, yeah, it's a fucking cat. You don't have to tell it's a cat because it's got ears and stuff like that. It figures that out on its own, and it continuously gets smarter and smarter and smarter. And the thing is, just like a human, it'll never be 100% correct.
Right.
It won't, but imagine having something that's capable of going out and scanning millions and millions of pictures, text, data, and everything, and then from all of that information being able to put together and create a completely unique entity that you couldn't predict.
Right.
Like, that's kind of like, so it is. It's like, it's getting as close as you can to how the human brain works without getting a quantum computer involved, which is like the next big thing, right? As soon as machine learning plus quantum computer probably equals Skynet, and then Miles Bennett Dyson's going to blow up a big-ass building, and some big old Austrian guy's going to come and kill us all with a minigun.
Right.
I think that's probably what's going to happen.
So Deno 5D here. I wonder if he has a 5D cannon. He says,
oh, if he did, I just sold one. I sold my 5D Mark III a couple of days ago.
Sad.
He says, I had to one-up the other guy. Thanks, Jerry, for all the 3D printed videos. Jay, thanks for all the component reviews and water cooling tips. Thank you, sir, for your $101 donation. That's insane. That's
more 3D videos coming your way.
Guys, my EVGA SC17 laptop just came for review. That's going to be fun when I review. Drew 700 BOO. I thought I said OBO for a second, so I was going to read it. Drew 700 best offer.
I know, I saw that too when I looked up there. Goddamn dyslexia.
Hey, Jay and Jerry, 2 things. Jerry, get your butt down to Cali. And Jay, are you heading up to Seattle in early, middle, or late June? I guess technically it'd be early June. It's right after my birthday.
June.
Vinny Vega. That sounds like a freaking mobster.
Oh, shit, I didn't realize there was more donations down below. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at this.
You're always Vinny Vega. What up, guys? Love both your videos. I have a 2000 Jeep Wrangler. What would you do to trick it out if you had one? Nothing?
The only thing I would do with a Jeep Wrangler is just jack that thing up as ridiculously fucking high as I possibly could, put giant Nerf bars on the front and the biggest tires I could find.
And install a winch.
In a winch. Yeah, winch
that way you can winch it to a tree and go straight up hills.
I just watched the Top Gear USA episode the other night where they were like testing out SUVs or whatever, ripping axles off and shit. I was like, I could do that. Is that like Upgrade from Idiocracy?
You know, I need to watch that. I need to watch that movie again.
You have to. Upgrade plays the pimp from the past that frees himself to go after a hooker in the future. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Google Aqua Computer Aqueduct full external liquid cooling system have a full AQ system. Okay. I know that Google has some very specific liquid cooling systems. I mean, I saw a YouTube video like years ago, not anything recently, where they were using geothermal cooling at one of the places.
Well,
I think.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen Google put up data centers too next to like natural ponds and use pond water to cool their stuff.
Yeah, like every site is different. They use whatever the strength is of the area, and a lot of their shit's all custom built.
What's cool though is when they're pumping that pond through the data center, one, the amount of heat that goes through that water, and two, the fact that the water's not sitting stagnant. Apparently, it's like helped mosquitoes not become a thing in those areas too, because mosquitoes want to live on still water.
Right.
So it actually has cleaned up those ponds.
That's actually kind of cool. Dwayne Suduth, is it Suduth? Suduth? I'm hoping it's Suduth.
Real quick.
Yep.
What does it mean when the what? So it sounds like a text you would get from your boss, right? My wife texts me and says, "Come see me after TechTalk."
Uh-oh.
Oh shit! I gotta go see the boss after the show, guys.
Uh-oh. That did not sound like a nooner message.
No, it's not like blah blah blah. Normally she would just be like blah blah blah, whatever. She would say what she wanted, not come see me after TechTalk.
Oh, somebody died. Somebody died.
No.
So
Where's the
Dwayne
dog?
said, just to thank you, let's see, just to thank you to Jay and Barnacles for getting an old burnout tech guy interested again. Okay, Dwayne, can you please return the favor and get a current tech guy all burned out?
I know, right?
I just want to go somewhere
There must
else.
be balance.
Yeah, I know, there must be balance in
There
the
must be
fools. William Janison says, sing the Witch Doctor song with the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. I don't
What's
know
the Witch Doctor song.
What's the Witch Doctor? I don't know. What's the Witch Doctor song?
I have no idea what that is.
I have no idea. I'm sorry, William. We'll have to do that at another time.
Raymond Stannis. Do you think he's maybe related to Game of Thrones Stannis?
Yes.
So he says, you two are great. Thanks, Jay. But any chance of doing a budget cheap water cooling parts test? Yes, I will be actually.
No.
And Barn, how close are you to being a full-time rally driver?
Technically, I have everything I need to be a rally driver, except for a wife that'll let me have a car and money to drive it.
Is SCCA the sanction, or is it something else?
No. SCCA is one of the organizers for some of the rallycross events. But who's the one that does the shit? I can't remember off the top of my head. But no, there's a different organization that actually hosts there's a couple of them that host the local rallies here in the United States. They're not official though. They're not a part of the WRC circuit or the GRC Global Rallycross. There's something completely different. The last one they had, I think, was the Oregon Trail Rally. So that one's independently organized, and then there's another one that's called. Shit, I'm having a brain fart right now. But no,
It's called race cars.
It's called race cars. I have everything I need to do. I mean, I've been driving Subaru rally cars for like a long time. I know how to get around a track pretty quick, or a stage rather.
You sure as hell know how to make mold grow on them.
I do know how to grow some mold on there, but no, I would absolutely love to. I would absolutely love to get into rally driving. But the thing you got to realize about it is your car, even if you don't wreck it, your car takes so much abuse. There is no more abusive thing than rally. So you have to make sure that you get a car that is dirt cheap to fix. And even if it's dirt cheap to fix, you're going to go through a set of tires every single time you race. You're going to fuck up a set of rims.
Why do you think there's so many Ford Fiestas out there?
Right. I mean, they run. Yeah, a lot of guys run cheap cars because you can't go out there and run like a Porsche, like a Porsche 911 or something.
Some
like
are though. Some people
There was
do.
the guy that did it. Yeah. No. I went out to the Global Rallycross where there was a guy out there running a 500 horsepower rear wheel drive 911, and I was like, this guy is fucking crazy. He was running away from everybody in the beginning though. Like in the straights, he was just gone, but he didn't have the cornering that the other cars had.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Tech Addiction with Scrappy. Okay. He said, let's see, not to have a plug on your stream. Okay, I think the plug's going to follow here.
He paid for it, though.
Yeah, he did. But you guys inspired me to start making content for YouTube. Thank you for giving me inspiration to start sharing my passion with the world. And that was Tech Addiction by Scrappy.
You know what's funny about that is one of my very first series I ever started before Tech Talk was actually called Tech Addiction. And Tech Addiction turned into the live stream, which was Tech Talk.
Whoa.
Way to copy me, dude.
Whoa. And then we copied Tech Talk from somebody else without even knowing it, because that guy copied Tech Talk from another guy without even knowing it.
Apparently, I can't remember which outlet it was. A big like print outlet started a live stream called Tech Talk just recently.
Eric Hobbs reminded me. No, sorry. The organization that organizes the local rally events here is Rally America.
Oh, okay.
So Rally America is the one that organizes
I was
events.
worried it was going to be Rally Canada.
I thought it was Rally Paraguay. Let's see here. Rocket said, "Hey Jay, have you done much to Nizzy lately?" And Jerry, how's the rally thing how was the rally thing you went to? Oh, it was amazing. I hope you guys watched the video, because I got backed into a tree. It was actually pretty funny and scary. But no.
Ass up?
It just backed that ass up. No, literally flipped a 180 at speed, sliding backwards and went into the tree line. It was like, and then the car just like, it's a Subaru, right? So it's like he just puts it in first and just goes. And then we did like, I think we did.
It helps that it's a full custom cage.
Yeah. No, we did 2 or 3 more runs after that. And the car was perfectly fine. It was just cosmetic damage to the back end of it. But no, that was a 2016 STI. That guy literally went to a dealership, walked in, bought that car, brand spanking new with no miles on it, took it, beer canned it, stuck a cage in it, and took it out and rallied it.
Wow. Did he pay for the car with cash?
I think so. Well, I'd hope so. I don't think you can lease it. He brings it back in like 2 years at the end of the lease, and he's like, okay, so how many penalties are there on this? The whole thing's just fucking smoking and crunched up.
Plot twist, it was a rental.
Yeah, no, that car was badass though. Like that car was put together so well, because I've been in a lot of Subaru rally prepped cars, and that's the first one I've been in where on a rough surface, it was actually pretty smooth. The suspension on that car was butter smooth. Mm-hmm. And that's not something that I'm used to in a rally car. I'm used to just getting just slammed around.
Well, you want the suspension to soak up as much of the roads as it can.
Yeah, and he did. It had the expansion tubes on the shocks and everything like that. It was a proper rally car. Like that was legitimately a rally car. You could tell the second that you tried to get in and out of it that was like a proper rally car.
So regarding Nizzy, I haven't done anything in terms of power mods since I got my tune. My tune was the last thing. And the thing is, if I tune the car and then I start modding it again, I got to get it retuned again. So I did the tune because I plan on keeping it the way it is for a while. I mean, right now, according to the dyno, 296 rear wheel torque, 300. Actually, I take that back. If I'm looking at the actual crank numbers, it was 380 horsepower crank, 330 torque wheel. So obviously, it's a lot lower wheel than torque than horsepower.
Yep.
But I'm okay with that number actually, because when I go through the canyons and stuff, I can use every bit of that horsepower and torque, and it's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's just a peaky car. I mean, that's typical for most Japanese cars.
You just really have to get the RPMs going to get that power, because that power is at redline.
Yeah,
I'm at max torque around 5,000 RPM.
No, you got a good tune on that car. I'm actually talking right now. The guy that drove the rally car that I went on the ride with for the Oregon Trail Rally Media Day, that was Tino. Mm-hmm. And Tino has a shop called Tino's Automotive in Olympia, and he's going to come pick my car up next week because we're gonna figure out what we need to do about the engine oil leak issue, because I'm leaking oil out of both valve covers, and it's just smoking like hell.
Those are really easy engines to drop.
No, they are. So we're either gonna pull the motor, and if it's in good shape, we'll go ahead and put new head gaskets in, or we'll just put a brand new Subaru motor in there. You can get them for like $2,000. Drop it in there, brand new motor in that car. But then I found somebody who's going to do a wrap on it for me. So I have to go select the material and everything for it. But I think I'm going to get it wrapped like a metallic flat black. The whole car. I just want to do a vinyl wrap because the paint's too damaged right now. It would take a lot of prep to repaint and respray that car, and it'd be a lot of money.
Wow.
For like $800,000.
The connection between you and I, like the ISP, just went to shit. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So
my upload is being pegged at the moment. We'll come back in a second.
All right.
You can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you. It's just you're really low quality.
Yeah. No, it's coming back slowly but surely. Wait for it. I'm just waiting for Skype to clean up. It's almost time to end this thing anyway. Everyone's all rest in peace. This is what you get when you guys are with Charter.
I know. I'm surprised that everybody out there isn't like, they're getting DDoS.
Dropped frames. We dropped 3,138 frames.
Oh my god, that's a lot of frames.
Yeah, it's 1.1% of the stream is dropped. Looks like it's coming back to normal. I'm just waiting for Skype to clean up.
I'm just gonna move like we're dropping frames so that when it starts getting right, it smoothly transitions.
Google Fiber. You know what sucks about Google Fiber is that there's a
you
community.
Can't get it?
Huh?
I said that you can't get it.
Yeah, especially because the fact that there's a community right down the road that has it.
Dude, why don't you just go door knocking and see if you can pay one of them? Like, say, I will pay for your internet. I will literally pay for your entire internet connection if you just put this antenna on top of your house so that I can still use your internet.
Can you beam it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know you could beam it.
No, you can do. Well, how far would you say it is? Would you say that it's like within 5,000 feet?
Oh God, no. It's like a couple miles.
Oh shit, no, you're not gonna be able to beam it miles. Not without.
So you could like beam it across the street to your neighbor? That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, how much do you drop over the light signal like that?
Whatever. No. It wouldn't be. You wouldn't be doing fiber. You wouldn't be beaming it fiber. You'd be beaming it digital using like.
Oh, I see, like a radio.
Yeah. Just basically just using radio, using like microwave.
Huh, interesting. But you're not going to get a gigabit over that.
Over microwave? Hell yeah.
Really?
You should be able to easily get a gigabit over microwave.
If that's the case, then why aren't satellite companies trying to find a way to do that?
Because I think directing microwave radiation has to be very, very precise.
Oh,
I don't
it has to
think
be
you
very
just
focused.
you can't bombard like the whole northern hemisphere with like gigawatts of microwave
Gotcha.
radiation. I don't know.
I was saying something about Nizzy, and then I stopped when the ISP was going crazy there for a second. And I forgot what it was.
Let me see.
Anyway.
Microwave transmission. I know the bandwidth on it can be pretty high. It just depends on the frequency.
Michael Gerard says 10 for using ad block. Jay, any tips for someone looking to get into technology review channel? Thanks for loving the videos. Keep it up. Just go around your house, find anything that you find interesting, and review it. It doesn't matter if someone's already reviewed it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. See, the problem is everyone thinks they have to review something new to start a channel. That's not true. I started my channel reviewing things I already had and things that were old, and then I basically was like, this thing is old. Is it still worth talking about? And that was the point of the video.
Yeah,
So
just use clickbaity titles. That's all you got to do.
Graphics cards manufacturer don't want you to know this easy step, this easy trick for getting 100% extra FPS. Learn what graphics card manufacturers don't want you to know. Click now.
That's all you got to do, and then like review like an old ATI card out of one of your parents.
It's a graphics card review with the title that says "Lose weight with these 5 easy steps."
And you're like, now that I got
It's a picture of a rotten banana.
Oh my god. That's
Jay, my
hilarious.
EVGA Ti or 980 Ti classified is idling at 963 megahertz with my 3 monitors. How do I get the idle down with the 3 monitors hooked up as it idles at 64C? You're not going to, sir. It's called pixel clock because you have all of those panels hooked up. There's a lot of pixels that have to actually be powered, and pixel clock is directly proportionate to your megahertz of your GPU.
And that
So-
card's designed to run well. That's well within specs, so you're not going to have any problems.
Yeah, not only that, the 980 classified doesn't even turn on the fan until 64C. So what's happening is you are putting enough load on there with the amount of pixels that's having to be rendered, even on just the desktop, to where your card is idling at 64 because the fan isn't even coming on then. So if you want to make it idle cooler, you're not going to get it to go below 963 megahertz. Like mine right now with... See, my GPU's at 40C right now because I'm using some GPU to render here. But what's my GPU load?
Just drop your refresh rate to 30 hertz, and that temp will drop right down.
To give you an example, all 3 of my cards are running at 1 gig right now, right? I'm not in a game. Normally they idle at like 184 or something like that. So what you can do is go into your fan profile and actually make your fans turn on. Maybe like 25% at, let's say, 20C. So change your fan profile so that it's actually on. You might look at your computer right now going, but my fans are on already. Yeah, that's because they turned on at 64, and since it's where you're sitting, they're on now. But you want to make it so that they run at a much cooler temperature.
Is it MSI Afterburner? Is that the one that like lets you just like do all the nice little tweaks and stuff like that?
MSI Afterburner will work on both AMD and NVIDIA.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Precision, if you have an NVIDIA card, I recommend Precision because it's got tweaks and stuff that Afterburner doesn't have. Like the 980 Ti and the Titan X, for the longest time, you couldn't even overvolt them on Afterburner because only Precision had the hook to control voltage on those.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so I would try out both. Let's see. Jinzo Defiler, he's done defiled the Jinzo.
He done defiled it.
Says, I'm curious on what you guys think of the endurance car racing. I'm a huge fan of it.
Fucking
24 hours of Le Mans, 24 hours of Daytona. I can tell you right now, having been on the track plenty of times, that one track session, one 15-minute session wears you out. The amount of endurance those guys have physically, especially on those cars, the amount of G-forces they're experiencing, and the level of concentration that you have to keep up while they're on the track for, 2 hours or whatever it might be? Because they do rotate drivers. I would tell you right now, after about 15 minutes, I could start to feel a little bit of concentration fatigue where I'm breaking late and stuff and getting into trouble. I can't imagine how those guys do it. It's insane.
Yeah, no, and I'm actually, it's either going to be this year or next year, but I'll be participating in 24 hours of lemons at the Ridge Motorsports Park.
Is that what they really call it? 24 hours
It's
of
literally
lemons?
24 hours of you can't spend more. Well, you can spend more, but the cars can be, at the end of the race, you have to sell the car for $500 if somebody wants to buy it. So it's basically to make everybody build the cheapest, shittiest, busted-ass car they can.
And the race is not to beat someone, just to finish?
Yeah, it's just no, it's just a finish basically, but they do have first, second, and third place.
I could believe that, but like you're really racing your own luck on that.
But they're not doing it's not a true 24-hour race. They shut down at nightfall and then restart the next day, and they do it for 3 days to get the 24-hour session.
24 hours worth of racing.
It's 24 hours worth of racing, and you can have as many people on your team as possible. So I'll probably be on a team of like 4 or 6 people, and you can swap out at any interval. So if you have one driver who's more professional that can be out there for like 2 or 3 hours at a time, let him, or probably more than that, like 6 hours, let him go, and then I get in the car, and like a half hour later I'm bitching, and I can come in and somebody else can get in.
And then Jerry causes a massive pile up on the restart.
But the cool thing is none of the cars are going to be really fast. They'll all be like really slow cars.
It's just funny because I was watching that Dover race on Sunday, and when that happened, I was just immediately reminded of your iRacing video where the race started and you like rear-ended the dude in front of you, and everyone rear-ended you, and everyone was just screaming at you on the mic, and I'm going, I'm pretty sure Jerry had this exact same restart experience on iRacing. Let's see here. Real lunacy? Oh, real lunacy. God, that's real lunacy. Cheers for a great show called Car Talk. I can't wait for more videos from both of you about automotive stuff. I like the tech stuff too.
It's gonna happen.
Obviously, make sure you're subscribed to my Cars and Vlogs of JayzTwoCents channel. We're at like almost 30,000 subs on that one now. Cool.
I only have one channel because I'm not as cool as Jay. So
well, I had the other channel already. I just renamed it. Okay.
It's funny. I just opened up my Facebook, and Tino's been like answering all the questions like that I was talking about, like Rally America. Yeah. It's Olympus. It's not. Sorry, it's Olympus Rally, not Oregon Trail Rally. Sorry, both of them exist, but Olympus Rally was the one I was at.
Rocket says, I'm thinking about selling my R34 and buying an R35. What do you guys think? If he's legit, if he really has an R34 and he's in a place where he can own one, I wouldn't. The R35 will probably outperform it just in terms of being newer and more power and the technology that's in the new GTRs. R34s are still just so badass. I would love to
look
own
alone.
an R34.
Like I don't care about the performance, just the look. The body style is just like it's just like with the Supras, right? Like what was it, the 2003 Supra?
Mark IV.
Right? The Mark IV. Oh god, it's just like that car. You just see it, and you don't even care what's under the hood. It's a gorgeous car inside and out. Same thing.
When you're not a car person, it turns heads and breaks necks.
It does. Like if you ever you sat in a Mark IV Supra before, right?
Nope, never been in one.
Oh shit, man! The cockpit like wraps around you. Like I wish
I've seen it.
Did that.
I've
still
seen
did.
it,
Yeah.
and I know from the passenger side, like you can't really see any of the gauges because they're
you can't because they're like curled in towards you. Like the radio faces you at like a 45-degree angle coming out of this swooping arc that goes down and around you, and you could just tell when you're sitting in the car. It's like that car only gives a shit about the driver. That's it.
That would be pretty cool for like keeping the passenger from touching your radio.
It's true because if they're reaching around and touch the radio, I mean, you can gnaw their arm off.
All right, Hobsletop, go ahead and cut off the comments there on the green ones because we only got 2 minutes left in this bitch. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I just want to say that I love each and every one of you, and all of you should endlessly harass Jay to buy my plane ticket on Twitter.
You know why? You know what?
Never let up. Hashtag buy Jerry ticket.
You know what sucks is I would have, and I even offered to buy your ticket before, and you're like, it's not about money. It's only $202 round trip, guys. I actually looked it up. Is it
really?
I sent you the freaking link. Did you not even click it?
I didn't click the link.
I sent you a link with direct flight Alaska because you won't even listen. You won't even fly Southwest, right? Because of what you went through. So you're like, I'm only flying direct. And Alaska's
I'm stupid. I'll still fly Southwest even if the motors are falling off.
But still, the other night when I told you I'm coming to Seattle, when are you getting your ass down here? I even sent you a link to a direct round trip flight for under $250 for Alaska.
Well, shit, for that price, why am I not just like flying down there like once a month?
That's what the fuck I've been asking you all along.
I thought it was more expensive than that. I didn't know it was round trip for 200 and some change.
Even if it was 400, it's not a bad price.
Well, 400, I'd consider that like more of a twice a year kind of thing. But $200, shit, yeah.
I don't know, dude. I've been out there 4 times in 2 years. You've been out here once.
I mean,
I'm not counting Disneyland.
SDI to like Oregon and back for that.
I'm not counting your Disneyland trip because you just happen to be out here.
You get to count it.
No, I'm not.
You count it because we interacted. I touched you. You touched me. We rode the Matterhorn together. No, it was magical.
Doesn't count. Is that what we're going to call it now? We rode the Matterhorn together?
We rode the Matterhorn together, dude.
Hashtag Jay and Jerry rode the Matterhorn together.
AKA the backbreaker, the slowest roller coaster in the world that actually you get off it and you feel like you just...
So you're saying you got off the Matterhorn with a broke back?
I did broke back Matterhorn. Hashtag broke back Matterhorn. Oh, my God.
And on that note, I'm going to roll the outro.
Yeah.
The outro's rolling. I don't know what that one song was he wanted in the Arnold.
Got one last donation from Rocket. He said, "Remember the Black Godzilla I tweeted to you? That was mine."
Oh yeah, okay. Keep the R34. Bye.
Get R34. Don't be a pussy. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Oh shit! I forgot to make it so I could turn the stream off. Hold on, everybody. I got this.
Hold on,
Okay, bye.
hold on. Okay, Mulligan. Mulligan. Bye.
Bye.